Very good, everybody. Welcome to another video. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will be a night flight in the Hong Kong area. We're currently parked at the Hong Kong International Airport. And we will take off and head to the east to the Kai Tak Airport, which was the old international Hong Kong airport. We're using the Edgley Optica EA-7 by Godfriends, and we're looking at a pretty night sky. And at the moment that might be all we're looking at, because the simulator appears to be frozen. Something that sometimes appears to happen. It's probably a feature designed to make us all feel great. Oh well, nothing's going on. Let's see if it's doing anything. Oh, I think we're actually might be hanging. Working? Is it responding yet? No, it doesn't look like it is, man. That's a new one. I get live on the stream, live on the channel, and the very first minute the simulator appears to be freezing. Oh look, it looks responding there up there. So, here we are again. We can witness a UPS aircraft taking off here at Hong Kong. It's going to deliver dildos. Alright, let's put the guitar away. So here we are, Hong Kong International Airport. By night, we're parked next to the big boys with our small little aircraft. It might be a little bit dark to see, but that's the nature of the game. There goes an Airbus A380 being pushed back for taxi. So let's have some fun and fly in his wake. Alright, so let's get in. So as I said, we'll just take off, head to the east. There is our companies. But we're just going to to opt for the cat. And that is the dog alone. And there's the kitty. A cutie little kitty. Alright, so let's open up the fuel tank, both fuel tanks. So you have your flaps here, trim. So the mixture, we put that to full. So turn on the battery master generator, the battery in the generator. And fuel pump, why not? Idle heat, why not? Nav lights, why not? And strobe, not quite yet. Panel lights, for now, yes we will. Garmin, the booting. Altitude, I don't know, let's go for 2,000 feet maybe, not too high. So the GPS is now going to try and acquire the signal. So while it is doing that, let's start up this little aircraft. So what do I have here? Flaps and voltage in the amps, exhaust gas temperature, oil pressure low. We get some let's get some juices flowing here, and there goes the oil pressure. Oil temperature still low, but slowly starting to rise. Always forget what CHT stands for, and when I hear it I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Cylinder head temperature, that was. So fuel, we're halfway, both tanks. So 27 RPM is the maximum engine speed. That's the part where it goes from yellow to red. So we try to steer clear of that. Now let's set the heading. Or do we still have the flashlight on? Let's set the heading for 090. Something like that. And basically we'll just follow the water. And let me show you. So here is the new airport, if you will, Hong Kong. And basically we just follow the water. And then I believe there it is. That is the Itinerary airport. That's the old one. That's where we're going. And then when we're flying, maybe I'll tell you some stories about Hong Kong. Alright, so let's turn on the taxi lights. We have signal. We could maybe put in a little flight plan so that we could do an ILS approach. So let's go Victor Hotel Hotel Hotel. To Victor Hotel Hotel X-ray. Enter. So now we got the simplest of simplest flight plans. And then when we go to procedure, we select approach. approach will be ILS 31. Enter. And let's do whiskey. Then we can see if we're gonna use any of these waypoints, but at least we have something there. So let's load it in. Okay, affirmative. And then I believe there was a function if you go to the next page, so this one right here, and I use the small knob to the left, then you get your ILS frequency. So that will be 109.9. So 109.9, we flip them over. You look, localizer, VHHX, ILS 31. There you have it. And we could maybe then, does not say the heading here. But 31, let's just put in 31. Where do we have it? Right here, the OBS. So something like that. Okay, so with the radio panel, let's go 1200 and let's go on. So we do have a little flight plan now, like that. Taking us way out of the city, and then a left turn if you fly all the way to whiskey. But I'm not sure if we're going to be flying all the way to whiskey. Let's just get going. Before we do that, test brakes and our steering capabilities. That appears to be working. Now the runway is very close by. Runway 25 left. So basically, we just get through here if we can. Not sure if we're allowed. Probably we should. Make a UE. Get onto Lima, turn left, turn right, onto Kilo. Oops. Please go. Oops. And... well, we could actually maybe even get on this one. Alright, so stand by 1 moment. Alright, so everything appears to be in order. So parking brakes at least, and let's follow the fire truck. Not quite. Oops, you didn't see that. So I chose this aircraft not only because it's a cute little aircraft and because of the kitty, but also because it has a lot of windows. It is really quite dark and I'm already starting to get a little bit disoriented. Just follow the yellow line somewhere. We should end up somewhere. Let's take a left here. I figured it would be nice, an aircraft like this, because of it's a quite unique peripheral. Really like a lot you can see around you. And it's obviously pretty cool. It's not the fastest aircraft, although when you're taxiing, you're this close to the ground, you know. You really get the idea of some amount of speed for sure. So I think this was the point that I was talking about, so let's just get onto the runway from here. Turn on the strobe lights and the landing lights. Wait, there you are. So there's no Airbus A380. There is actually something behind us, it looks like. I think we can hear it now. And there we go. Alright. Alright, so let's pretend that didn't happen. So let's have some fun with that wake turbulence. So let's just go full thrust. I have no clue if wake turbulence actually is simulated, but holy shit, look at that. Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. So the aircraft, it does have flaps, it does not have a retractable gear. Let's turn off some lights. Let's turn off the landing lights and taxi lights as well, and the panel lights, so it's nice and dark. It's nice and dark for, you know, looking out the window, you know. So let's just take a right turn here, so completely against any and all procedures. But just to get a little glimpse of Hong Kong. So once upon a time there was this girl from Hong Kong, quite a bad person, I must say. And she had a little doggy. She was living with her little doggy, and the doggy was called Chocolate. And they lived right here in Hong Kong, actually quite close to the old airport. Let's try and trim it a little bit, and let's see the power settings. Let's get below 2700 RPM. I do hear some funny sound every now and then. I'm not really sure what that is. So let's turn on the autopilot. IP zone. Vertical speed to 2000 feet, but we could maybe also do altitude hold. And we go, let's go heading. Is it clickable? Heading, thank you. So we're now going to follow heading 090. And we can have a little look outside of the window. See what Microsoft Flight Simulator did to Hong Kong. Look at those poor people from Hong Kong having to drive through the water like that. I don't know why they do that, but they do. So there's a lot of lights. For some reason it looks a little more bright than other cities. I don't know why that is, but it is nice to see nonetheless. And I wrote a couple of songs for that girl and sent them to her. And yeah, maybe I'll play some of those on the channel one day. I must say, this sound, there's something funny, but I'm not sure what it is. Safe outside the airport. As you can see, we have two runways there, but there's actually, in reality, there's 3 runways. But for some reason, they're still not updated in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Although they did have the handcrafted scenery for the Kai Tak airport, where we're actually flying now. So that's also that's quite interesting, choice-wise. So a lot of water in Hong Kong, and obviously it's dark, so you know you cannot really see very well. But the whole point is of having a nice little intimate experience. There is actually some terrain ahead. I'm thinking we'll turn on the landing lights and all of a sudden we see terrain and it's too late. We'll look outside. Oh, where it goes, where it goes. So the old airport, that's where flag 2. Somewhere over there. There, whatever. The old airport, it had a really interesting approach, especially when you would come for the GPS landing, so the reciprocal of, so basically the other end of the runway, we're landing runway 31. It would basically fly past apartment buildings so close you could basically see people in there, look inside, see them brushing their teeth, you know? Let's make a right turn a little bit. That guitar was out of tune, man. And it still is. So, there's some skyscrapers scraping the sky. The city of Hong Kong. From quite close. There's definitely some terrain up ahead, so we should not be too careless if you want to live and tell. But it just looks so nice. Oops. Well, let's see how long we can manage navigating through here just by using the heading button. So as I said, real world time and real world weather. So basically this is what you would see in Hong Kong at this hour. And the sun should be coming up not too long from now. Actually thinking the sky might be turning a little bit lighter already. I think we're actually fairly close to the airport. Here already, look at that. There's the airport in the middle of the city. Look at this, man. They're crazy. It's so, damn, this is so cool, man. But they closed it. It's actually no longer being used as far as I know, or maybe privately or whatever, or for some specific purposes, but it is definitely not in use to the public. Which is obviously very understandable. But, I mean, look at it. So that girl with her little doggy, they lived, I believe, around here generally, well, you know, that Victoria Park, maybe, not sure, it's hard to see. Let's look in front of us so that we not crash into anything. That would be a very abrupt end of the stream. And of course I realize we're flying really low here, so we do definitely have to be careful. We never met. You know, we were talking to each other online, and it was a lot of fun. We actually never ended up meeting. But I'm thinking if one day I would go to Hong Kong, I would definitely look her up. Let's go ahead and take another turn to the right real quick. There is some darkness in front of us. It's a little bit scary. And maybe we could try turning off the autopilot. We'll look at the wind all of a sudden. And there's the runway. We do have something of an ILS in the lower right of the screen. That's the OBS. Looks like we are above the glide slope and a little bit to the left of the localizer. I'm actually trying to get her down, so let's power it back a lot more. Something like, no. Something like 15, 17, something like that should be okay. Not too sure about that needle there on the right. It could also have something to do with how we set it. Let's see. I don't know, but let's not mess with that. Let's just go visual. We have some sort of a reference there, but so let's manage the speed and let's get some more flat out. So I mean, look at this, man. Look. Especially in an aircraft like this, you're so slow when you're on approach, you know. Not like you're a Boeing jet, you know. Look at this, so close to all these houses. And to the left as well. Look at that, tall buildings. And I just imagine living there and seeing all these aircraft every day in front of my house. A lot of people probably would complain. I would not. I would totally love it. Alright, so let's be mindful of our speed. I think there is one more stage of flaps. Thinking you follow the green line on the odometer, about 42 knots, which probably is then the stall speed, I'm not sure, so that might be our landing speed. So if that's the case, we're still relatively fast. what we could maybe do is touch down and then head on, so basically do a touch and go. Let's do that. And then we'll also see the other end of the runway. Slightly to the left here. Alright, let's see if we can set us down now. With a bit of another input. Totally with not having only landing lights. We do that without crashing. Hard to see. Right. Go flaps up and full thrust, and let's go. So this is the Kaitak airport. So as you can see, it has a lot of buildings around the airport. And obviously, you know, you never really anticipate crash, but at the same time, you know, you should consider, you know, there's a lot of aircraft over highly populated areas, you know, and if there's at least a way that you could minimize any sort of risk, then you should go for it, you know, and that's basically what they did, as far as I know, actually. I mean, you know, what other option do you have? So look at that, man, it's taking off. The other end of the runway, all these buildings here. There is terrain in front of us though, so you should definitely be mindful of that as well. So with our aircraft, you know, we have small turns, so smaller turn circle, you know, but you know, if you imagine you're like an airliner, you will use this entire city ball, basically, you know, to make your turn, and the aircraft would actually come, like, for instance, from this side. And then, you know, at the very last point, there's a VOR here, they would fly towards it, and then at the very last they would just take a right turn or left turn, not sure from which side you would approach it. And they would just take a turn and go visual and settle down, you know. That's quite bold. There's something peaceful about all these lights in the dark. You know? There's no, yeah, we go. So I'm thinking maybe we could just return to the airport. And then we just have a little bit sightseeing here as well. There's not too much I can tell you. Really, there's actually nothing I can tell you about this bit here, except that maybe it may be called Kowloon, but I'm not really sure. I know Kowloon is in the area, so let's quickly check and hopefully we do not crash. So this area here is Kowloon. Whoops, let's look out of the window, shall we? I just love this terrain, man. There's all these high buildings on hills, on hillsides here as well. Just, I don't know why, but I really like it. So what is our heading? I think we should... Okay, yeah, we're heading west. That should be fine. There you go, there's the airport. So this little aircraft, it sort of has like a cockpit, looks like a bit like a helicopter, you know? All the glass around. Our little kitty is there with us still. Well, let's see if we can get the other external view. This one. We have a little aircraft flying around the Hong Kong area. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of a left turn here. Another huge building. So let's see maybe if we can keep our current speed a little bit. We're a little bit in the yellow. And then see how quickly it will decelerate. I don't want to make things unstable, so maybe I'll change my mind at the last moment. Which is basically one of the definitions of unstable. So 2100 RPM now on approach, see what that does. We're not crabbing, are we? Maybe a little bit. So that's our runway. It's the very same runway that we took off from. So I don't know what sort of distance is. Thinking 2 miles or something. Let's put in the first stage of flaps. Oh, I believe it was the first stage, right? And that should maybe drop our speed a little bit. Does not appear to be doing so. Although I'm trimming a little bit as well. trying to find a sweet spot and power it down a little bit more. So basically our approach speed now is 100 knots. I'm guessing the approach speed in this aircraft is a lot lower actually. So the next stage of flaps. Flaps, and you can see now the speed's reducing. Is the touchdown zone. Not quite making that. Idle. See. Can get the main gear to touchdown first. Grabbing a little bit. Alright, let's touch down. And retract the flaps. Oh, we missed that exit then. It's gonna be a while. Let's turn around here. There's nobody saw that. And then let's also quickly get off the runway. We do not have to stay here any longer than necessary. So let's turn off the landing lights. We're just using taxi lights now. And there's a little dragonfly. It's a very nice sky here in Hong Kong. So there's all these big aircraft here. So I go left. Let's take this one. Alright, here we are. Parking brake set. And That was the mix. And let's close the fuel tanks as well. The flaps are up, fuel tanks are off. Let it trim to neutral, flaps are up. Yeah, mixture is all the way down. Throttle as well. That should be it. Battery. Cool, we can actually float out. That'd be nice. With the flashlight as well. Pretty cool. So that's our little aircraft. The city of Hong Kong. Optica. Definitely, it's basically like a flying engine with a little bit of wing. A very interesting design for sure. Let's get our cat. Well, can we open the door from the outside too? Definitely clicking something. Let's look at the window. Oh, that's the door. Hey, kitty. Hey, kitty, kitty. Look at her, man. So cute. Alright, man. That's it for tonight. Let's say goodbye to Hong Kong. So thank you very much for checking. And everybody stay cool. So we'll see you at the next video. Bye bye.